Alright, what is up, you beautiful people? And welcome back to another Direct Strike Weekly Brawl tier list. We're rolling with that Abathur today. Oh, wait, I'm just gonna give this guy a hotkey. Alright, looks like Brawl modifiers. We got a free Dehaka. Probably should not open up with the queens. And, ooh, okay. So we got insight going for sure. So insight reveals the entire map to everyone. We're playing against Arch here, who looks like he's playing some Stukov, and we got some aggressive laser drill here. Nice meme, boys. Aggressive laser drill. I got some water. Water's pretty good on Abathur. Look at that healing, boys. Oh yeah, healing CDR. We got an enemy laser drill coming up. Looks like I'm against the Statman. The Statman, boys. Okay, not bad, not bad. So this is definitely a week where Swan will be not too bad. But Dehaka is gonna soak a lot of the damage coming out from the laser beam. That's the thing. I'm gonna put down another queen here. I think I'm gonna go tier 2. I think Abathur's Ravagers finally got a little baby nerf here. They cost 5 more. And their Bile Blast, I think, comes out every 9 seconds instead of 7 seconds. So that's pretty big, actually. A pretty big nerf. Like the extra 2 seconds cooldown, it's gonna make them less of an obvious choice every single time. I don't know. I think I guess putting a laser beam at the front is supposed to like help you I don't know, tank for your bunker. I really don't know about that though, I'll be honest, but because I'd rather prefer having the laser beam constantly blasting people. I'm assuming that's what they mean about the damage soak. But anyways, against Statman, I think the only real answer I can go for is something that flies. And well, he's going for Banelings, so technically it's not too bad because Dehaka can like just tank most of them. So I think I'm still gonna go for some good old Ravagers here. Good old Ravagers, 9-second cooldown, but everything else is basically unchanged, so not gonna be too bad. We got a little bite here. I'm gonna get the bloated bile ducts right now, and I'm gonna go for that. What is Twisted playing here? Oh, we got some Marines, elite Marines. They got like the War Pig skin on. There we go. All right, Ravager going down. That's all right, I suppose. Slam a creep tumor down over here. Maybe a little baby landmine. What's this guy playing? He's playing Rainer? No, he's playing Swan. He's gone tier 3. Yeah, he's playing Swan. He's gone tier 3. Okay, well, there we go. This week's brawl should be, I should say, pretty basic, actually. It's a pretty basic brawl. I mean, there is one aura, not 3 though, or 4, but those brawls are like basically just straight up crack, honestly. I think that's one of the bad things about it. It's like now like everyone assumes that to be the norm, or would wish that to be the norm. Anyways, Queen Squadron here, boom. Ravager Squadron. Ravagers and Queens gonna make their way through these Marines, and then boom. Boom. Okay, Dehaka absorbed part of the blast, but Banelings killed the rest of us. So I think actually I need to balance it out between Queens and Ravagers this time, because I think the Queens can just keep Dehaka not topped up, but with a bigger pool of HP to work with. Our opponents have triple gassed already, so I mean, I guess we could do that as well. Although we have middle income, so I don't know. I'll triple gas after this one. Screw it, boys. We're auto gassing, boys. I'm just gonna match my opponents here. I mean, theoretically, we could just keep pushing for middle income, but Swan over here, I think, is gonna be a little bit baby struggling. Actually, maybe not. He's got tanks set up already. Actually, no, there's an enemy Dehaka. Arcturus's Dehaka's coming in. Pretty tanky. I'm gonna get a roar round 2 on mine. Banelings are hopefully just gonna connect with my Dehaka. Alright, that's it. Banelings connected with my Dehaka. Ooh. My Dehaka's not nearly thick enough. 900 health? Not enough. That's the thing with Stepman this week, though. I think it's going to be a little tougher. Because you can just make Dehaka super durable. I'm going to slam a few more queens. Just get the queens to drop that healing on Dehaka here. 35 life over 1 second. Got that extra cooldown reduction as well. Marines coming in here. But let's get some more Ravs. Get some more Ravagers out here. There we go. I mean, at the end of the day, I think I'll probably have to get some Brutalisk. Just to, like, increase the front line. But yeah. Oh, I'm like 1 beer deep right now, boys. I find that helps liven things up sometimes, you know? Especially when you wake up like early in the morning, you're like, oh my god, those Banelings just shredded us. Okay, well, we're gonna need a Brutalisk. We're gonna need a Brutalisk, boys. There we go. Twisted is giving out some good tips, but I don't know why he's constantly building Marines for himself. It's like the it's like that one friend who gives great advice, but their life is in shambles. Anyways, I don't know. I don't think Marines are the right call for Nova here, I'll be honest, especially into Swan. But whatever, boys. We're here to have fun. Hellbats are definitely going to be quite useful here. But at the end of the day, Hellbats are Hellbats. They're going to get splashed down by those tanks. I'm going to get splashed down by those tanks. So I need that tier 3. Need those Vipers. Need those Brutalisk. That is quite a lot of Banelings. Oh my goodness. Banelings just killed everything. I think with an extra Brutalisk on top, though, it should help out significantly. I don't know. That should be fine. Banelings do quite a lot of damage. That was a lot of them, though. So because like, each one does like 100 damage, around 100 damage. So yeah. Yeah, so all it takes is actually 11 Banelings to kill Dehaka, basically. I don't know. I could probably spread my formation out a little bit more, but we'll see. We'll see. If the extra Brutalists don't help, then we'll spread our buddy out a little bit more. Maybe make it into a V formation. I could not have gotten a Brutalist there. It's really close though. I wish I could scale a Brutalisk up from a Roach, you know? Although, I guess it doesn't make sense, because a Roach is just like, suddenly, out of nowhere, Roach. Oh, you know what? My Queens are soaking a lot of the hits. My Queens are taking a lot of the hits. Yeah, my Queens are taking a lot of the hits. Because I guess like the Queens have like the most like surface area. And then the Banelings sort of just spread out across everything. There's a Hollow Decoy here.
Say again?
Hollow Decoy. I mean, Hollow Decoy should make quick work of Hellbats. She's pretty tanky. That's about it. That's okay though. It's okay. Tide of the battle shouldn't be too bad. I'm gonna drop a Viper here, another Viper here. Get the virulent microbes. Make sure the Viper doesn't use its grab, I think. And then we should be fine. I don't know. I just need that disabling cloud. The blinding cloud. To blind our opponents here. And then maybe you can abduct that. Boom. Okay. That extra Brutalist did help. But did not help enough against those Banelings. Wow. Alright. More Brutalisk it is, boys. More Brutalisk it is. Stetman Banes are so powerful, boys. I think actually Stackbreaker Stetman, I can't discount it this week. Actually able to just cut through the Dehaka. I mean, I suppose with enough. Because Abathur's also kind of vulnerable to them. Due to how tightly packed Abathur's units end up becoming. Although I have them pretty tightly packed too, so. Oh my god, we require more minerals. Ah! Alright. Let's see, you got that Fire Breath coming in. Let's see. Disabling Cloud here. There we go. Oh, my Brutalist got eaten. My Brutalist got eaten, boys. That's actually kind of botched. That is so botched. Anyways. Well, I guess we just need more Brutalisk. I'm gonna biomass this bad boy up here. That, or maybe I could just get some Swarm Hosts. I don't know. Have not been a fan of Swarm Hosts for a long time already, though. Marauder's just gonna slaughter that. Thor here. Nova Bio, I suppose, can take a few hits from the Fire Breath. Yeah, I gotta get a lot of Brutalisk before we can start pushing through, I think. Not gonna be too bad, I guess. Brutalisk enjoyment, not because I have to, but because we need it. That's a lot of Banes here. I think Swan's Wave is gonna soak some of the Banes. The only bad thing with Stackbreaker Stetman is that you run out of juice eventually. And then you're like, now what? One of my Ravagers got eaten. That's a little unfortunate. There we go. Oh my god, I don't have detection here. I don't have detection. I never have detection, boys. That's the secret. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. I'm gonna just slam some more queens over here. I don't know, just like increase the frontage. Get the queens to be healing a little bit. A little baby heal. Nova's Marines eventually are gonna like just stop scaling because Dehaka's Fire Breath is gonna start one-shotting them. Once Dehaka's Fire Breath does 150 damage, that's the end of days. Okay, there we go. We got another Viper over here. Actually, the Viper was not that far on the side, but yeah. I could probably use more Ravagers, I'll be honest. That's a lot of Banelings, but there's like a Lurker transition coming up here. Let's see, the Banelings already have their damage reduced though, because Dehaka's Fire Breath burned them up a little bit. Let's see here. I mean, I got 3 Brutalists. They're just like slamming their way through, kind of. They're just really thick. They're just being extra thick here. That's really what I have them here for, though. So, I don't know. They're not really damage dealers, though. They just attack really slow. So, the amount of damage they can dish out is not really the highest. That's okay. Let's see if I can get another one here. I need to get. We're just gonna have 4 Brutalisk, boys. Ah! That one came out too late as well. We are 5 minerals too short, boys. That's what the Ravager nerf did, boys. The extra 5 minerals on the Ravagers, bam. Now you couldn't get your Brutalisk out. It happened 3 times. 4 times, actually. So, 5 mineral nerf. Actually significant. Actually potent, boys. I'm gonna drop a Mend here. Boom. And then my Giga Horde of Brutalists are just gonna come in here and like slap everybody. They're extra thickness here. Cyclones are still attacking through that Viper Cloud. But for the most part, Swan's units are just gonna get disabled through that Viper Cloud. So that's basically it, boys. Just get some Vipers and Swan is like, please. Please stop. There we go. Get our Viper here. Whoa! Can I pull something? Oh, I can't. Okay, well, that's Alexander. I think to counter Alexander, I need like Mutalisk actually. Devourers just cannot cut it. Because Alexander kills 4 Devourers for free. Actually, wait, I got Brutalisk and Queens. What am I talking about, boys? I'll be fine. I'm gonna increase the armor of my units like all the way. I don't know. Just really want the durability, to be honest. More so than anything else. I'm gonna drop a Mend here to push right through. Okay, that's at the entire Swan Wave. I think now I just need more juice. I just need more juice. I need more firepower. So let's slam down some Rabs. I'm gonna probably fill up the entire back area with Rabs. Ravagers. Let's go. Oh wait, that's Dehaka I'm selecting. There we go. Put down our Ravager here. I think Ravagers are still gonna be quite good. But Alexander's gonna be problematic. I think. Although I think Goliaths should handle Alexander pretty nicely, actually. Goliaths, especially because they're Swan Goliaths, they don't suffer from the Goliath problem. They shouldn't, at least. Does he have the upgrade? The only problem is I don't really have a real answer for that right now. Boom. There's like lurkers dashing left, right, and center. They're just everywhere, boys. They're out here wilding. Who is in front of us here? Are those Zerglings? Those are Zerglings, boys. Oh man. Slam some more Ravs here. Now those Marines and Marauders are showing their weakness now. I'm actually gonna get the Roar here because I think with Queens, the Roar is gonna be pretty strong. Queens don't have a lot of attack damage, but reducing by 2 armor is gonna be pretty useful. God, what do I do against that? Did say Mutalisk, but I mean, I guess we just gotta get started on buying some. I think Vipers aren't a bad choice either. Actually, I think my Brutalist can attack it too. But Brutalist damage, not gonna be the greatest here. We need an answer to this, boys. Alright, I'm gonna slam down some Mutalisk here. I mean,
we require more.
That's probably not gonna be enough, but it's okay. My Vipers are being grabbed, which is not great. But it seems like things might just collapse in on us right now. Oh yeah, things are collapsing. Oh no, that's gonna be a little bit too late, I think. We waited a little bit too long on that transition there. Man, I had like 5 or 6 waves to react. I don't know. I was sort of expecting my teammates to react. But that sort of didn't happen. Oh jeez. I didn't do that much damage. I was just taking hits there. That's the Abathur experience though, especially against all those Banelings, man. Alright, well, let's go on to the tier list. Alright, we're back. Let's get right to it. So, game plan, we're going to talk about the auras, overall strategy, and then we're going to have a look at the commander rankings. Let's get right to it. If you guys are new here, be sure to drop a like and a sub. So, Brawl Modifiers, once again, recap, we have Insight. The entire map is revealed with the exception of your staging area. We have Lizzy Brigade. Everyone gets a free Dehaka hero. And then we have Aura. You just pick a powerful buff for your units. That's basically it, boys. So, I think overall strategy this week is actually, like, I think if you can either, like, be sneaky, like, have stealth units, or heal up Dehaka to tank any sort of beams. But other than that, I think it's just going to be a regular week of basically almost normal direct strike. There can also be some secret tech swaps you can do. I'm looking at Han and Horner really, more so than anyone, because no one can scan your staging area. Like, it's permanently unseeable. So Han and Horner has that new strategy open for them this week. So you could get some Wraith enjoyment in there. So yeah, I literally just only have that for Han and Horner. So anyways, here's how I think everyone stacks up. There's going to be a lot more commanders who are not as great, I think, this week than they are going to be great. So I think Tychus is going to be a pretty good no-brainer to be up here. Although if you do encounter Swan, I guess the Cyclones will take you for a ride. But for the most part, going in blind, Tychus is going to be pretty good because he'll easily kill the enemy Dehaka hero. And now he also has a free frontline tank. So not much need to explain there. Manx, I think, is going to be very powerful as well. Because he can handle enemy Dehakas once they get massive with some Sky Furies. And he's pretty good against like a Swan, if you do see one. So I'm just like going off of that idea. Aura also makes Manx a lot better if you get life. Because now his LMG boys will get super tanky. Which is sort of like the only thing holding them back. Or one of the things holding them back anyways. So yeah. Alarak, I think, is also going to do pretty well because Alarak is great into armored units, great into Dehaka, thanks to Wrathwalkers. You probably just won't see any motherships. But yeah, Alarak himself is also going to be very powerful to start the game with. So I think he's going to be pretty good all around. A-tier commanders, I think, are also going to be quite powerful. Dehaka having second Dehaka is just going to make things all that much better. I think just mass Dehaka with like huge amounts of roaches, zerglings, ultralisk igniters is just going to be too much health to deal with. So I think that might be a really good strategy. Raynor, I can see Raynor being useful, doing really well with medics to open. And then I don't know if like Raynor Bio is going to really cut it this week though. I think he'll have to end up starting to fly, basically transition into like probably like a Banshee fleet or something. I don't know, because Raynor Bio is pretty vulnerable to AoE, and Dehaka gives everybody a fire breath at like around 5-6 minutes into the game, which is basically when your whole composition will start falling apart. But that being said, like if you just keep sending in boys, eventually you'll either win or die terribly, but you know, eventually it'll work out. I think Hot and Horn is gonna be really good. As for like the aforementioned like secret Wraith enjoyment tech swap, no one can anticipate it this week. Well, obviously you can kind of guess, but like, you know, you can't like scan ahead of time and be like, oh, he's going for a swap. That being said, like Hellbats and Grenade Cars also like just make a dent into Dehaka and whatever else comes afterwards. So don't underestimate that either. Stukov, I think, is still B tier. You just cannot access your bunkers anymore. You'll just have to build lots of boys. But for replacement, you will have a Dehaka. And I think you'll just have to go for like Diamondbacks. So having Stukov's most powerful tanking option gone, at least for like the early game, is gonna be pretty bad. I think like in the late game you can probably start buying a few bunkers, because there'll be like probably more options to go for. Things to go for, but you can always just grab the tanks and stuff like you saw Arcturus do there. And Alexander's still very useful, nonetheless. I think Nova here is going to be B tier for now. It might be A tier. Liberators might be really good, but Liberators are less good when everyone can eat them. So that's why I have her down here. I think like because her only real good answer to Dehaka like later in the game are Liberators. You could spam Marauder Commandos, I think, and then like swap over to like a DFG build, which is like Hellbat, Goliath, Siege Tank build. Could be useful, but I think like Liberators just like they're gonna be way too expensive. You have to literally buy 3 Liberators technically before any of them start sticking on the battlefield, if your opponent decides to eat every single one of them. Basically, like every opponent eats one of your Liberators, so it's gonna be tough. So yeah, I think DFG Nova might do okay, but anything else might be a little bit of an uphill battle there. Next we have Swan. I think Swan will do all right with the laser beam access, but Dehaka is going to be able to soak a good deal of that damage. That being said, if your team has 3 Swans, I think that'll solve the Dehaka problem pretty quickly. That being said, I don't know, Swan's still kind of Swan. You got to build up to that death ball potential. And it's a little bit harder, I think, because everyone has a Dehaka as well. So it's like, yes, you have that front line, and yes, now you can technically go for something more solid in the back line, but your opponents might do that as well, and like they might just out DPS you entirely. Like I think maybe just Cyclone spam might be like the least effort required build you can do this week. That might still be okay. Maybe like Cyclone Hellbat, I don't know. So yeah, Stetman, I think after that game has proven himself to be more than capable of handling a Dehaka. I guess like having a laser beam really helps though I don't see Stetman going past B tier either. I don't know, maybe with enough banelings, you know, anything is possible with enough banelings, so perhaps he could be higher up. But yeah, next in the B tier we have Phoenix. So I think Phoenix with Talus can help DPS down Dehaka pretty fast, because Talus exposes enemy units and makes them take more damage. That being said though, like Phoenix's options are pretty limited, I think, in terms of dealing with Dehaka. I think it's either like, I think you'll need a conservator, which will like shield your units, take reduced damage, legionaries, to like just surround Dehaka, like because legionary attack cycle deals a lot of damage. So I think legionaries can cut through Dehaka quite quickly with Talus to aid. Or like just mass Warbringer and then get the Warbringer blast to deal it. I mean, not mass Warbringer. I wish you could mass Warbringer, like mass Colossus. But then, you know, Phoenix runs into the problem of, oh, where is my air support? So I don't think it'll go past this tier. Anyways, in the C tier, we have a lot more commanders here. I think Karax might be a little bit underrated, but I think he's just going to struggle because it's hard for Karax to deal damage to a Dehaka in a significant way. I think, like, and also because his Colossus got nerfed and his beam, which has been nerfed, got nerfed again. It's like on a 5-minute cooldown instead of a 4-minute cooldown, which I guess it makes sense, but like the new beam does so little damage, right? Anyways, like Karax, like Sentinels might do something until Dehaka gets the hardened, like the chitinous carapace, and then you're like, oops. Annihilators, I guess, can go for that, but you'll have to like build a bunch of them, which means like if your opponent decides to fly against you, you're kind of screwed. And also, if you do fly, I think Dehaka takes all the aggro as well once he gets to a certain size. I think like level 10 or something, where you can attack air units. And then so not great overall. Next we have Abathur. I think Abathur, I don't know. The Ravager, I think the Ravager nerf was definitely we definitely felt that one. But I think also I got too many queens last round. But I don't know. Abathur, I think, has a harder time getting through like something like Dehaka. I think if you micro the Ravager blast, maybe, and you might have to build like basically pure Ravagers, maybe. So that last 7 game may or may not have skewed my results in terms of like what I think. But that being said, like Aura could empower Abathur with the cooldown reductions, so it could make him very powerful. But we'll have to see. Vorazun, I think, is going to be struggling this week because of Dehaka. Vorazun, I think her late game, end game goal is going to end up being a Void Ray transition, like invisible Void Rays. And Void Rays have absolutely no capacity to deal damage to Dehaka. Like, Dehaka just laughs at it. Because I think, like, at max weapons, they do, like, 9 damage to random, to, like a not armored target. And Dehaka has like 5 base armor. So yeah, it's gonna take a while to get through Dehaka. And all of Vorazun's like high attack damage units are just like Dark Templar, and like they do not do well into Dehaka in the late game because of AoE. So I think Vorazun's gonna struggle quite a bit. Maybe Corsairs can help out with like the, you know, stop everybody from attacking and all that stuff. Put him in a black hole, but still, like, Void Rays are just going to get screwed over. So, yeah, her main stacking strategy is going to be a little tough. Maybe I'll have to go Stalker Stacker. Zagara is going to have a little bit of a harder time as well, I think, because there's extra Dehaka. Just going to take extra time to get through, which is not ideal for Zagara. You just want to, like, barrel through stuff as fast as possible. So, yeah. And in D tier, we have Kerrigan. I think Kerrigan's Hydralisk have a very high potential to kill Dehaka really quickly, but as soon as Dehaka hits Fire Breath, those Hydralisks do not exist anymore. They're just roasted. And that's like probably going to be 3/4 to 50% to 75% of your Hydralisks are going to get roasted by the Flame Breath. So all your DPS is gone, and now you just have like, I don't know, a bunch of Ultralisk or something. At the end of the day, that's the reality of Kerrigan. So I suppose, like, I don't know, you could just keep slamming down Hydralisk. I don't know. But yeah, potentially Kerrigan could be very good, but I think just everybody having Fire Breath means you'll have nothing left over, and it's just like, okay, so you have to make sure your team helps you out a lot. And then next in the D tier, I actually have Artanis. I think Artanis struggles against Dehaka because of his unarmored status and gigantic health pool. Yes, you have your own Dehaka, but then, like, you know, I think you'd have to buy like either large amounts of Dragoons or large amounts of Immortals. But I think the real solution will have to be Reavers. But Reavers cost a lot, and they take so long to get up and running, because you also have to imagine like your opponent's going to have other stuff going on too. But Reavers will be your anti-Dehaka unit if you're going for ground. I guess Tempest can be your anti-Dehaka unit if you're going in the air, but I don't think Tempest aggro Dehaka until like Dehaka either eats an air unit or he's big enough to hit air. So I think you're gonna have to go with Reavers, and Reavers are very, very expensive. So I think Artanis is gonna be struggling a little bit to start off. So yeah. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this tier list in the comment section down below. Always looking to hear your opinions. Maybe I missed something. Maybe there's something else I didn't think about, because that'll happen. But yeah, until next time, I will see you guys later.
The tires! Let's light some fires!
Need a light. They picked the wrong fight.